Okay, we're just going to look at factorizing by taking out just a common factor. Now, the actual word to factorize, what that means is what you're actually doing here in terms of algebra is you're actually finding the things that multiply to give that number. So to factorize means to find the factors of that algebra or algebraic expression. Okay, so if you have, say, the numbers like 2a squared b, the actual factors of that are 2 times a times b. So the factors are actually 2a and b of that. If you have just the number 6, the factors of 6 are the things broken down in its smallest form, like its prime factors, that multiply to give that 6. Okay, so expanding, when we're looking at expanding, it's actually just the opposite to when we're factorizing, it's the opposite to expanding. So the opposite to expanding is like factorize or factorization. And what we actually want to do here is we want to be able to put it into brackets. So before, when we were removing the brackets, now we want to put it back into the brackets. So expand is like 2 times x will give you 2x, and 2 times y will give you 2y. But when you're going backwards, you're basically looking at what will go into like these numbers here. So I get my highlighter. What will go into the 2x and the 2y. So if you look at the numbers there, 2 is the common factor. And then you just, like, you're working backwards with your eyebrows. 2 times what gives you 2x? So it'll be 2 times x. And 2 times what gives you 2y? So it's like 2 times y. And a way of checking if you are right is just to expand it. So 2 times x is 2x, and 2 times y is 2y. You just really have to be very careful when you're doing this, that you do take out, so opposite to expanding is to factorize. So you do have to be careful when you're looking at this, that you take out the highest common factor. So that's called the highest common factor. And it is the largest number or letter, which is just the pronumeral, because the pronumeral is just the letter, pro meaning to represent, that goes into each term. Okay, so like as an example, you want to be really careful that when you do this, I'm just going to go here, but like if you look at this and you have, say you have 12a squared plus 18ab. Now with the 12 and the 18, you could just take out a 2, because 2 goes into both of those. 6a squared plus 2 6s are 12, and 2 times what is 18? 2 times 9 is 18. But you have not taken out the highest thing that goes into both of them. The highest common factor is in fact 6, because if you look at 12 and 18, 12 is the same as 2 times 6, and 18 is the same as 3 times 6. So the thing that's actually the highest thing that is common to both of these is 6. So when you're doing this, what you need to do is make sure that when you've got, say, 12a squared plus 18ab, the biggest thing in that there, see that 6 times 2a, and see how it's 2a's there even, plus 6 times 3, a times b. So you can see that the common factor there would be your 6. There is also a common factor of one of the a's, and there's nothing else that is common in both. So when you're doing this, you take the 6 out and you take one of the a's, and then you put the bracket, and then you've got to look at it and look at 6 times what will give you 12a squared. So 6 times 2 will give you the 12, and then we need another a so we can make the a squared. And when we do the next one, we've taken the 6 out, we've taken an a out. So you go 6 times what will give you 18ab. So 6 times 3 will give you the 18. 3 6s are 18, because you can see there's the 3 left. One of the a has come out, so there's still this b left, so you put the b. And if you wanted to check all you've got to do is expand again. So if I checked it, just expand it, because remember they are opposites. 6 times 2 is 12, a times a is a squared. 6 times 3 is 18, a times b is just ab. So you've just got to be careful that when you do this, that you fully, that you fully factorize and you take out the highest common factor, not just the common factor. Taking out the highest common factor is something that's really quite important. Okay, so let's just factorize these. So when we look at these ones, let's see, that's going to be 2 times x plus 2 times 3y, because 2 goes into both of those numbers. So you can see there's a common factor of 2. So when I go to take that out, I take the 2 out. What's left? 2 times x gives you the 2x, and 2 times... So 2 times the x gives you the 2x, and 2 times what? So you can see there will be plus, because I haven't taken a minus out, 3y. Okay, this one, there's 4 goes into 16, so it's 4 times x minus 4 times 4y. So the thing that's common here is the 4. So that's going to be 4, and 4 times what? 4 times x will give you 4x, and 4 times what? 4 times 4y will give you the 4y. Okay, the next one, so we've got a squared and 4a, so there's no number that's common, but you've got 2 a's there, because you've got a times a and 4 times a. So the thing that is common there will be an a. So you need to take the a out. And you'll be left with, if you look at this, you're left with the a and the 4. So you'll be left with a plus 4. So you can always check it, because to check it, see, a times a gives you a squared, and a times 4 gives you 4a. Okay, what goes into 6 and 12? It'll be 6, and then you have a times a plus 6 times 2 times a. So what's common there? The 6 is common, and there's one a common to both of those expressions. So what's left? So we take the 6a out, and then we just go 6 times what will give you 6a squared. 6a times what? So it would be 6a, and 6a times what? So we took a 6 out and an a out. We've got to get 12a. 6 times 2 is 12, and the a came out. Okay, looking at the next one, what's common? What goes into 8 and 10? That would be 2. So it's 2 times 4a squared minus 2 times 5ab. So what's common to both of those? What's common to the 2? That would be, what's common to 8 and 10 would be 2. And then what's left? Oh, look, there is another factor there. there is an A. So if you look at that, we do have, like we've got an A squared and an A. That means there'll be one A that is common. So we'll take an A out. Okay, so looking at that then, 2A times what will give you 8A squared? 2 times 4 is 8. You can see the 4 there. And then A times A will give you A squared. Minus 2 times what will give you 10. 2 times 5, there's your 5 there. And we took one of the A's out, so it'll be 5B.